So the next thing that is popping in the news, we've seen all the videos circulating all over social media with Vybz Kartel at Mecca. Vybz Kartel hosting Digicel Rising Star. So then we come to the conclusion that it seems as if Vybz Kartel is not public enemy no longer. Vybz Kartel is actually getting the acceptance because, like them say, money talk and BS walks. So therefore, Vybz Kartel is now looked at as not public enemy number one, but he is officially in like Flynn. Specifically at the PNP conference that was held at the National Arena, we saw that there was a presence of L.A. Lewis. We see that Chief Curry from the Maroon. We saw that there was Vybz Kartel's lawyer. We saw that there was Vybz Kartel. So based on these video evidence, we can come to the conclusion that these persons are now accepted representatives of the PNP. There's no sorts of doubt that they are in. But it seems as if Vybz Kartel have some sorts of short-term memory, because if memory suits me well, I remember that there was once Peter Bountin. He is the partner with Mark Golden, who is the leader of the PNP. Mr. Bountin made some sorts of statement after the commissioner of Popo, Mr. Ellington or Erlington or whatever him name. They were both echoing the sentiments that Vybz Kartel plays a very important role with all sorts of gang activity and hundreds of takeaway of persons' life in a Jamaica. Just in case him forgets, these are the actual statement. This is a video of what was said about Vybz Kartel. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Vybz Kartel led a gang which was responsible for well over 100 murders. And we have been telling the country this for a long, long time.
Again, for those of you who may not know, this is Vybz Kartel. He is currently a guest of mine in the Correctional Services. Kartel, to my mind, is just the principal exponent of the negative aspect of our popular culture, or the negative elements. He is the poster child of what I consider to be the negative elements in our popular culture. His songs and his music advocate violence, it advocates disrespect for women, it advocates skin bleaching, so it essentially devalues our whole identity as a people. I mean, there's hardly anything positive that you can find, except that he's very clever, you know. So we have to acknowledge that he's very clever, he's very talented, but he has put that talent entirely in the service of evil.
Now, people, this is my disclaimer before I proceed. Sometimes persons are willing to forget or forgive. However, when it comes to persons that were once against you, that played a very important part in you being incarcerated, take away from your family the fact that you might have been responsible for the deeds that they say you did. You were convicted, you were freed, you were given freedom on the appeal. So therefore, you went through the process. So therefore, a man is innocent until proven guilty, even if he was guilty and then he got some sorts of redemption, some sorts of appeal. So therefore, he's a free man. Meaning you being a free man, you can choose who you want to represent, whether it is politically, whether it is the JLP or PNP. And like they say, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So therefore, if Vybz Kartel thought that the JLP might have been responsible for him being locked up, did not get the right justice that he thought he should have gotten in the Court of Appeal, went through the whole process and he lost, and he feels as if he needs some sorts of vindication, he needs some sorts of vengeance, some sorts of justice. And by him joining the enemy of the JLP is vindication or justification. Like me say, An enemy of my enemy is my friend. So therefore, if me align myself with the PNP and I am very influential, I can have its swing. I can be the swingman that determines the small margin between the JLP and PNP victory. I will be that anchor that causes it. Then that is what he did. And maybe the fact that he was represented by Isat Buchanan at courts and Isat Buchanan gave him victory, gave him freedom. He might feel as if he is obligated to Isat Buchanan, even though Vybz Kartel make his own decision whenever it comes to anything politically or any other type of ally. But me just say, the fact that his lawyer is a big noted PNP advocate, then Vybz Kartel is going to follow that lawyer based on loyalty. But you heard what Peter Bunting had to say about him. You heard what other Commissioner Popo said whenever he was a commissioner. So therefore it seems as if Vybz Kartel have some sorts of memory loss. He don't realize that the enemies are on both sides, meaning JLP and PNP. And people, this is my disclaimer once again. People can choose, people can have a change of heart, people can forgive and forget. However, Vybz Kartel should not be that person that is doing that, especially when it comes to his fan base, especially when most dancehall fans, including the Gaza fans, want to disassociate themselves, meaning their person, meaning Vybz Kartel, from anything that is political. They feel as if he should leave it alone. But people, it seems as if Vybz Kartel is trying to make up back for all of the money that he lost, all the power that he lost. So therefore, anything that he can do whenever money is the motive or power is the motive, especially when there's some sorts of get back, especially when Vybz Kartel have the characteristics and MO to get back at the enemy that he thought that did him wrong and got him convicted, got him doing a couple of years in the big yard, then it seems as if that is his motive. It seems as if that is his agenda. It seems as if that is the ulterior motive. So people, I want you to take a listen to what Cliff Hughes has to say as it pertains to Vybz Kartel, his lawyer, and L.A. Lewis and Mr. Curry being representatives at the PNP conference that was recently held at the National Arena. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Just think about it. When that decision was made to have that gentleman on the stage, not in the audience, on the stage, who in the leadership of the PNP was courageous enough to stand up and say, no, not a backside? Who was courageous enough to do that? Huh? Where was Peter Bunting? Find that clip with Peter Bunting for me that speaks to that gentleman. Where were they? Yeah? We're joking. We're joking about her. Can you imagine? We've left it up. And therefore, you got what you got yesterday at the PNP's conference. A man of questionable character is hailed as a hero. And by the calculation of Dayton Campbell and Mark Golding, they have an election to win. And he has a whole lot of influence and sway. Therefore, they're not comfortable with it. When you listen to Campbell, Dayton Campbell and Angela Brown Burke struggling to justify it. But their calculation is we must win and win at all cost. While you have left it up.
Now people, this is my disclaimer before I proceed. When you talk about politics, if the JLP does something, the PNP is going to have a polar opposite view, to spin positive to negative, vice versa. So we kind of understand that Cliff Hughes might be on the side of the JLP. Don't know his political side, but based on what we've seen so far, we can come to that logical conclusion. So I say this to say that if he sees that his party is at a disadvantageous situation and the swing or the tide could change in the favor of the PNP, he is going to come out and he is going to rant. So therefore, his rant might not be objective. His rant might not be justified, because here are the facts. If the JLP had the opportunity to do the same thing, that is exactly what they would have done. They would have easily accepted Vybz Kartel with his alleged questionable character or not, with whatever claims that people have been making about how much sorts of gang activity, how much sorts of murder, because like them say, at the end of the day, a man is innocent until proven guilty. And as we stand today, not the court of public opinion, the real court that counts, he has zero conviction. Him record is clean as Jesus. Police record, controversially. So we say at the end of the day, it is all about winning. It is all about money. It is all about motive. It is all about winning at any means necessary, any cost, because winning means money. Money means power. Power is what everybody seek. It does not matter. So therefore, they will dance with the devil. But people like me say, whenever you dance with the devil, you are going to get FUCK. It is yet to be determined exactly what is going to take place. If this move is going to backfire on Vybz Kartel, backfire on the PNP, only time will tell. Like him say, time and God. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.